My name is Katie Francis. I'm the editor-in-chief of Jamaicans.com, and I'm here with some very special guests for our Riverside wrap-up day one of the 10th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference. Okay, so my co-host for this session is going to be the Consul General for Southern USA, Mr. Oliver Mayer. Welcome.
Good to be here.
Good to be here. And our first guest on the show is Chef Winford Simpson, restaurateur, and he has some very, very interesting things going on with Mr. Chef Simpson.
Yes.
And you're going to tell us about your restaurants and a culinary school that he's opening in Ochi Rios right here in Jamaica, Diaspora Giving Back. So, how do you feel about day one, Consul General?
Well, I thought day one went extremely well.
Yes.
And, you know, I like to walk around and feel the vibe on the ground. And persons have just been saying it has been a fantastic first day.
Yes.
Good vibe. People are getting to know each other. They're connecting. They're exchanging business cards. And they're looking
Lots of networking.
forward. Yeah, looking forward to day 2 and 3.
How was your day one, Chef Simpson?
Oh wow! My first day when I've been here before the diaspora.
Right.
That was when Steve Harvey was here before the pandemic.
Right.
And this one, I think this has been the biggest one that I've seen, and everyone had so much great information to share, you know, about Jamaica and how we're moving forward and great things that the diaspora is doing. So I so love it, and I'm so looking forward to day 2. As to get to meet and network with a lot of people to inspire and motivate.
So, Chef.
Yes.
As a man that can't really cook too well, my wife tell me something, I'm decent, right?
You can do a thing.
I can do a thing, right?
Yeah.
But first of all, I want to say big up to the work that you're doing. But for persons listening on, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you're born and where you grew.
All right. Well, I was born in Clarendon, Maypen, Clarendon. And I got into cooking and food out of poverty. Single parent home, my mom worked 2 jobs. So I am always in the kitchen trying to perfect something in the kitchen.
Right.
And I actually stumbled on cooking out of making a mistake cooking for my sister. I was making a cabbage dish and actually spilled curry into the cabbage. Okay. At that time I was like 10, 11. My sister started laughing at me, and in the middle of her laughing, I start crying because it was an honest mistake.
Right.
Yeah.
And I took that and said, you know what, I'm going to show you that I can cook.
Wow.
I'm going to be a chef one day. But there was 2 things that was happening at that time. Single parent home, there was never food at home. I had to go to the neighbor house to beg for food. You know, there's a whole saying that you got people, you go enka. Me used to got people, you go enka. Do the yard work for people just to get some food, some broke up banana, some pieces of meat were left in the pot, and then you have to turn around and wash up the dishes for them to be able to get some food. So that was how I got into cooking. And over the years, I just always find a passion for what I'm doing and just keep doing and keep revamping myself. And that was how I fell in love with cooking.
Okay.
So, Chef, what I hear you saying, out of a mistake,
yes,
you got an entire career because you end up proving your sister wrong.
Turn and make fashion.
Yeah.
Right?
Turn and make fashion.
Right.
And now I turn the same curry mistake. It's one of the top seller on my menu in New York,
There
where
you
we
go.
call it curry veggie sakatash.
Okay.
Curry, veggie,
sakatash.
And it's one of the vegan vegetarian option where they love so much
Love
in the
it.
restaurant.
I mean,
Nice.
Jamaica, we put curry in everything, right?
That's right.
Yes.
So tell us about your restaurants in New York, because you have several restaurants in the USA. So there's New York, there's Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Is it Brooklyn?
And there's one in Brooklyn, downtown
one in
Brooklyn,
Brooklyn.
the Simpson
Right.
Restaurant and Bar, located right across from the Barclays Center, one of the biggest arena you have in
Yes.
Brooklyn, because you have the Madison Square Garden, and then the next one you'll have the Barclays Center. So my restaurant is a 10,000 square feet restaurant. We seats over 400 people.
Wow. Okay.
So every time there's a big show going on, from Mary J. Blige to Jay-Z to Rick Ross to Beyonce, they all come to my restaurant to dine.
Right.
So I have about 100 staff. So to be a little boy from Clarendon who used to got people yard go Enka, and now I have 100
And now you're
staff and
serving people
3
food.
restaurants, and I'm serving people food and seeing people come to my restaurant and have a great time.
And enjoying the
and
food
enjoying it
from a mistake.
From a mistake.
Wow.
Excellent.
It makes me feel good inside to know that, listen, no matter what you go through in life, as long as you believe in yourself and you surround yourself with good people, you can't go wrong.
Right.
And me giving back also to Jamaica, which I'm going to tell you about.
We're
that
going to talk about next. But you know, as Jamaicans, we like feed people. People come over here, we like feed people. So that's kind of what you're doing. It's a part of our culture.
Yes,
You're
yes.
feeding people, making sure people enjoy the food, belly full kind of thing. But you have more than one locations. Is it the same restaurant or is it different locations with different cuisine? What's happening with that?
It's the same Simpson restaurant and bar because that's my brand.
Right.
My last name is Simpson. So what I did over the years of cooking for so many celebrities, I've been to the White House twice.
So you're a celebrity chef as well.
Yeah, I
You
cook.
see, I'm on everything you know. You're a celebrity chef.
I've cooked for. I've been on Beat Bobby Flay. I've been on Chops.
Wow, yes.
I've cooked at the White House. I cooked for Barack Obama. I cooked for
Wow.
Hillary Clinton.
Wow.
Been at the White House
Wow.
twice. I've cooked for over 400 celebrities in the U.S.
Wow.
You know, so me being who I am and my personality, just everybody knows Chef Simpson.
Chef Simpson.
So I capitalize on that and say, you know what, I'm going to keep my name, and that's going to be the brand for my restaurant.
Right.
So now I am the first Jamaican that opened a Jamaican restaurant in a casino in America.
Wow.
Which is a big deal.
That's historical.
It's a big deal.
Yes.
So now Caesar Palace are so in love with what I did with the restaurant that I just, another 10,000 square feet, seats 450 people. Now Caesar reach out to me and they're like, listen, we need you in Las Vegas.
Wow.
So now
So
I'm
you're
looking
opening
at-
another
I'm
location.
opening another one in
Excellent.
Las Vegas.
Wow. And this is the 450 seats.
Yes.
Okay. This is excellent,
Excellent.
isn't it?
So listen, this is what the Diaspora Conference is about. I mean,
Platforming people like
yeah,
this,
we get to
yes.
hear about excellence in all different areas.
Yes.
And what would you say to aspiring chefs just starting out? What word of advice would you give?
Yeah. So while I'm here in Montego Bay and staying at the hotel, I find myself walking through the dining room, walking past the buffet, and each time I see a chef, I walk up to him and I'm fist bumping him and giving him a
Big up
high
yourself,
five.
yes.
Big up yourself. And
Yeah.
one of them asked me last night, they were like, I see you always pass through here and you're always giving us high five and stop and talking. For the few that don't know who I was, some of them knew who I was.
Right.
The few that didn't know, I kind of enlightened them a little bit and I said, about 30 years ago, I was once you.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
I was once you. I used to work at Sandals in Miami Bay, and then I used to work at Club Caribbean. So I was on that buffet that they were.
You were at Club Caribbean.
I was at Club Caribbean.
Yeah,
you know?
I visit Club Caribbean maybe for the last 25 years. I mean, yeah.
Club Caribbean
Yeah,
was
man.
the spot.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was a chef at Club Caribbean. So when I watched them standing there on the buffet and they're doing their thing, I remember
It takes you back.
it takes me back. Each time I pass one of them and I ask, can I get some of this? Can I get some of that? I'm seeing me in their eyes.
Right, because you know what it's like.
I know what it's like,
Yeah.
but at that time, they see me and they look to me and they say, people cannot be what they didn't see, what they can't see.
Representation matters.
Representation. So they looked at me and they said, oh my God, that's Chef Simpson. That's the guy with the restaurants in New York and cook for all the celebrity. They can become that.
And
So it
you-
was important to me for them to see me.
Excellent.
And you can help them do that because you're opening an academy
Yes,
in
yes.
Ochi Rios.
Yes,
Tell us a little bit about
my way of giving back, paying it forward is to open a culinary school, which I started before the pandemic. And when the pandemic came, it put everything on pause,
Right.
the property and everything. So now after the pandemic and after my Brooklyn location and Atlantic City location open, I say, you know what? I'm going to restart back my
Your academy.
give back
Yeah.
in the Simpson Culinary Institute, my way of giving back free admission to come to my school.
Excellent.
Oh, anybody can come for
Anybody
free.
can come for free.
Wow,
And
okay.
and a part of that is also me finding job placement for them after they graduate.
Okay, so how can they get more information about that?
they can go to the website. They can go to my website, chefwentfordsimpson.com, and they will see all the information there. Or they can also DM me on Instagram. If they want any information, they can DM me on Instagram, and I will send them all the information that they need.
Thank you so much, Chef Simpson. Diaspora
definitely a
Excellence.
pleasure.
Thank you so much for being here
It's definitely
as
a
well.
pleasure.
And we're very proud of you.
Thank you
by
so
the way.
much. Love
Chef,
it.
That's
big
a
up.
lot.
Bless
Big
up.
up.
Yeah. Go so. Give me a fist bump. Go so.
All right, that was our first segment with Chef Simpson. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come right back with more interviews for you from day one of the 10th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference.